Hello, my friends. Today we will have another science experiment. We will see what things sink and what things float in the water. Sink means when we put it in the water, it goes all the way down on the bottom. And when it floats, it stays on the water and doesn't go anywhere. I wonder what kind of things sink and what kind of things float. Let's find out. Remember, my friends, good scientists make predictions. Let's take a look at all the things I have prepared for us to test, and we will make a prediction about whether they're going to sink or float. Let's get started. So here are some things I have prepared for us to test. Let's see, do you see any of the objects that look familiar to you? Let's start with this. What is this? An egg and an egg carton. Do you think the egg will float or sink? I think the egg will sink. How about this Hulk toy? Is it going to float or sink? I think it's going to float. How about this candle? A glass marble? A plastic dinosaur? A screw? The screw is metal, right, my friends? It's kind of heavy. A screwdriver? A Lego piece? A plastic soldier? What is that, my friends? An orange, good job. A fire truck? Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. A pine cone? A beach ball? And a pack of Funyuns, some chips. So for this experiment, my friends, you're going to need a lot of water and you will need some things to test. So if you would like to pause your video right now, you can go and get some objects to test and you can get some water. You can put some water in a container or you can put some water in a sink or in a bathtub. In my case, I put some water in a container. It's really, really heavy because it's glass. It's a big glass bowl. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I would like to get started with this plastic Hulk. Do you think it will sink or it will float? Let's take a look. Let's find out. And look. The Hulk sunk! It went all the way down. It sunk. How about this orange? Will it sink or float? Let's see. Look, my friends, the orange didn't go all the way down. It's floating. It was kind of heavy, but it's still floating. How about this dinosaur? Raw. The dinosaur went all the way down in the water. Now, how about this pine cone? Oh, it smells so good. Let's try to put it right here. It's floating! It's not sinking. Now, do you think this metal screw will sink or float? It feels kind of heavy. Let's try. And it sunk! Went all the way down. How about this fire truck? Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. What do you think is going to happen to the fire truck? Will it sink or will it float? I think it's gonna go really fast way down because it's kind of heavy. Let's see. Goodbye, fire truck. It went all the way down. Did you see that, my friends? How about this Lego piece? It's nice and yellow and it's kind of light. So my prediction that it's going to float. Let's see. What do we observe? It's floating. My prediction was correct. How about this glass marble piece? It's very small, but my friends, it's kind of heavy. It's a little bit heavy, so my prediction is that it's going to sink. Let's see. What happened, my friends? It sunk. It went all the way down. I also have this plastic soldier. Let's see, it's kind of lightweight. I don't think it's very dense. So let's see, I think it's going to float. What do you guys think is going to happen? Float or sink? Let's see. My prediction was correct. It's floating. How about this candle. It smells like cinnamon. Let's see, my friends. I think this candle is really dense and heavy, so I think it's going to go down. That means it's going to sink. What do you guys think is going to happen? Is it going to float or sink? Let's find out. My friends, I was wrong. The candle is floating. It's not going down. My prediction was wrong, but that's okay. That's why we have an experiment to test our predictions. I have a few things left, but let me take these out first because there's not much space left in here. Now, my friends, we have this big screwdriver to take out or put on the screws. What do you think? Is it going to sink or float? It's kind of heavy and it's kind of dense. So I think this screwdriver is going to sink. Let's find out. Oh! It sunk. It went all the way down really fast. Now, my friends, I have this. What is that, my friends? That's right, it's an egg. Let's see. What do you guys think? Is it going to sink or float? I don't know, my friends. I really just want to see what happens. My prediction is it's going to float, even though it's a little bit heavy. But let's see what happens. Did it sink or did it float? It sunk! It did sink! It went all the way down. Yep, we have to be careful so we don't want to break that egg. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to try to see about the egg carton. Do you think the egg carton will sink or float? It's kind of big for this spot, so I'm not going to put the entire egg carton. I will just take a piece of it like this. And now we'll see if the piece of egg carton is going to sink or float. It's really, really light, so I think it's going to float. Let's see if my prediction is correct. It's floating. It's not going anywhere. It's just floating around, see? All right, my friends. And the last thing we have left to do is our beach ball. Let's see, my friends. Do you think it's going to sink or float? I think the beach ball should float because that's why we have beach balls, so we can play with them in the water, and it's full of air. It's really light. But let's test my prediction. Are you ready, my friends? All right. It's floating! My friends, I almost forgot about the pack of chips. I have some Funyuns right here that we forgot to test. Let's see. Right now it's closed. Do you think it's going to sink or float? I think it's going to float because it has a lot of air in it, but let's test my theory. It's floating. My prediction was correct. Do you think if I open the bag of chips and put all the Funyuns right here in the water, are they going to sink or float? Let's find out. The Funyuns are floating. They're not going anywhere. So my friends, why do some things sink and some things float? Well, it's because some things are dense and some things are not dense. Some things are more dense than water. That means their molecules are really, really close together. And some things are not as dense as water. That means their molecules are a little bit spread apart. Let's see. So we found out that the orange sunk. That means the orange's molecules are more dense than water. We also found out that the Lego piece floated. That means the Lego piece is less dense than water. Let's say it together. Dense. Density. Good job, my friends. This is what we learned today. I hope you enjoyed our science experiment and you can do the same thing at home. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time. Goodbye, my scientist friends.